sape, the distinct melodious plucking of the string instrument, can be heard outside of the traditional instrument maker here at Damai, a tourist enclave nestled between Mount Santubong and the coastline, some 40 kilometers away from Kuching. As tourists gather around, sometimes getting the feel of the instrument themselves, Francis Kujen continues his work, which he has been attending to daily for the past 27 years. The sape is a traditional lute of the Orang Ulu in the hinterlands of Sarawak. Carved from a tree trunk with an elongated shape and a hollowed back and a homogeneous neck that extends from the instrument's shoulders, its unique look and distinct sound has come to symbolize the native culture of Sarawak. The traditional sape is one of the largest plucked string instruments in the world, at over a meter and approximately 40 centimeters wide.
Normally last time the story is for the orang Kayan, they build it by the from the soft wood. That is we call that the kayu arau or kayu adau. So now it doesn't matter. We use many different type of wood. We think for the good for the sape.
The body is made entirely out of wood, either out of murdang or moranti or arau, or lightweight, medium-hard white wood, which also repels termites. The sape has quite an elongated body, which is hollowed out and functions as a resonator. The tools used to carve out the box resembles the boat-making tools, with traditional pick, known as asai, used to slowly hollow out the musical instrument. The traditional sape usually had little to no ornamentation, and was longer and slimmer than it is today. Unlike its current iteration, it was a fairly limited instrument, with 2 strings and only 3 frets. Traditionally, 1 string carried the melody, and the accompanying strings served as rhythmic drones. But the instrument has evolved, shrinking in length to approximately the size of a guitar. The front of the sape today are usually seen decorated in black and red placard paint in traditional tribal patterns. In the past, the strings were made from the fibers from the inao tree, but today conventional guitar wire strings are used. Although sape makers have adopted modern features, the sound remains distinct.
She was nice music. It was a funny music we don't know in Europe. I didn't expect that we'd use ampli, I don't know the word, but electrical amplificator. Okay.
The sape was mainly played by the Kenya and the Kayan, which are the 2 of the 27 tribal groups that form the Orang Ulu people. As time went on, other ethnic groups such as the Kelabit and Iban began to adopt the sape as their own musical instrument as well. Typically, the sape is played while sitting cross-legged on the floor and is used to accompany dances, one for the men's longhouse dance and the other for the women's. Examples include the warrior's dance and Datun Julud. When played for a dance, 2 sapes tuned to different registers, low and high, are usually used. And though the sape is a solo instrument, it is occasionally supported by other musical instruments, such as the jatong ulang and keluai.
Now the sape is quite open now. Everybody can play that. So it's doesn't matter they are Iban, Bidayu or Malay. Even now, a lot of people all over the world play sape.
Irvin Jack, a performer who was introduced to the sape playing just 4 years ago and is taught by the master sape player, Jerry Kamet, said the instrument is now the attraction of many visitors to Sarawak.
Semua orang yang datang tengok persembahan kita dekat sini macam dia orang lebih suka tengok yang tradisional lah, misal kata macam gong, macam tawak, macam kompang, kita punya gendang rebana. Dan sape, itulah sape. Dia punya bunyi itu lain lah daripada yang lain. Lebih unik daripada yang lain lah. Daripada misal kata macam kita main gitar, kita main ukulele, dia punya sound memang bagus Dia punya sound memang unik daripada yang lain.
The music of Sape is more often than not inspired by dreams. There are specific compositions for specific ceremonies and situations such as marriages, births, harvest time, rains, and so forth, which often differ from one sub-ethnic group to another. The traditional pieces, which have many variations, are usually passed down through the generations.
Sebab Sape dia cuma boleh didapati dekat Sarawak saja. Lepas tu kita juga selain itu kita boleh bawa masyarakat lain main Sape juga. Selain daripada orang Ulu, Iban pun boleh main. Lepas tu Cina pun ada juga main. Lepas tu ada juga yang daripada luar negara pun boleh bermain juga Sape.
In the not-so-distant past, only certain men of the Orang Ulu were allowed to touch the Sape. Now, far from being threatened by extinction, it has been appropriated by a variety of peoples around the world and has come to represent the spirit of Sarawak.